pure liquidity. That is, you want to pair liquidity with entry. You make use of liquidity with entry. So your entry might be on fair value gap, or your entry might be on order block.
Okay.
Sure, you understand. But
Yeah.
you know what is fair value gap, right?
Yes, sure.
The space between three candles, and then
Yes.
and then you know the order block, right?
Yes. That's right.
Yes. So now, is this fair value gap or order block you want to make use as your entry, but you are not going to trade directly on that order block and fair value gap. There's one thing you need before you can trade from this entry. What do you need? The only thing you need is liquidity. You need to look out for liquidity above this order block. So this is how it's done. Number one thing, so you look out for what? Look out for liquidity. So this is the entry. All right. So when you have your order block down here, for example, let's assume that you mark out your order block. So you mark out your order block right here. And then the next thing you should look out for is liquidity. Look out for any liquidity above your order block right there. You are going to see liquidity. And then if there is no liquidity above your order block, you should wait for price to create liquidity for you. All right. Just wait for price to create liquidity above your order block. So when price creates the liquidity, that's when price is going to what? Come back. Price will take out the liquidity, which is the early
Liquidity. Yeah.
buyers, and then price is going to come back to your entry. So your entry might be on FVG, fair value gap, or order block,
Order
any
block.
of the two. Yes, any of the two. But the main important thing there is the liquidity. Make sure you have liquidity on your entry. All
Okay.
right. Yes,
Okay. Well.
make sure you have liquidity on your entry. So once you have liquidity, and then you have your fair value gap or your order block below the liquidity. So the only thing you just have to do is what? You just take your trade, take your entry. So just take your entry on the order block or fair value gap right there. So
All
just
right.
set your entry. So once you set your entry, the next thing you want to set next is your what? You set your stop loss. Your stop loss should be below your entry. So once you set your stop loss, then you set your take profit.
Okay.
So your take profit will be the first the first liquidity pool. That is where your take profit is going to be. You understand?
Yes.
The opposite liquidity, that is where your take profit is going to be. So price is going to come back into your entry, take out your liquidity, mitigate your entry, and then hit your take profit. So once price hits your take profit, you don't have any other problem. So your trade will close automatically on your MT5. So you understand?
Yes, boss.
So the only thing you want to be doing on trading view here is your analysis. You understand? So once you
Yeah.
do analysis on trading view here, then you go on MT5 to execute your trade. Yes, you execute on MT5.
Okay. Okay.
Um, this is for bullish market.
Okay. So on the 85 now, you just create all I need to do is just create the set limits and everything. So as everything.
Exactly,
Okay.
exactly,
Okay.
exactly,
All right.
exactly.
Okay. Uh, I've
So
understand that
now,
aspect.
yes, okay. Now, so this is bullish market now, and then if you have the bearish market so as well, so you should have your structure, then you have your liquidity next to your order block. So after that, price is going to come back, take out your liquidity, take out the entire liquidity, come to your order block of fair value gap, and then price is going to go in your direction. So then you mark out your order block
That
right,
block.
yes, right up there. So once you mark your order block, then
Liquidity.
your liquidity, and then what next? You put your entry on the other
Okay.
block. Yes, you put your entry. You set your stop loss, and then you set your take profit. So this is for bearish market. So this is for bearish. So so whenever you make your market structure and then the price is bullish, I mean your market structure is uptrend. So this is what you want to apply. This is how you want to look for your entry. All right, bullish. So now whenever price is bearish, that is price is trading to the downside. This is how you want to look for your sell market. You can see bearish. This one is bullish. This one is bearish. So although it's still the same thing, the mentality is still the same thing. Sure, you understand, but
Yes, yes.
it's vice versa. You apply to your bullish, it's the same thing you're going to apply to your bearish.
Okay.
So any question?
No, no question.
Okay. So now let me show you some chart example.
Okay, yes.
So this is an example here. This is an example here. You can see this very well that here you have order block here, right?
Yes.
So when you have this order block here, what do you have? What can you see up? You can see liquidity up here,
You said what?
right? You can see liquidity up here above your order block, right?
Yes, yes, yes. I can see it.
So this is the liquidity. So this is the liquidity here.
Okay.
Yes, that is the liquidity above your order block. So you can see when you mark out your liquidity, you can see that price come back to the order block. So this is how you are going to put your entry. Once you put your entry, you put your stop loss outside the range. Then this is where you are going to put your take profit. You put your take profit right on this
Okay.
next liquidity right there. You can see price is going to come back to your entry and then it's your take profit like that. Share you grab.
Yes,
So
boss.
now here's another entry. Let me go on 30 minutes time frame. Like I said, you can make use of fair value gap if you want, but make sure there's liquidity on that fair value gap. Make sure there's liquidity
Yes.
on that fair value gap. So if you open your eyes very well, let me shift this one. If you open your eyes very well, you will see that right here we have okay, let me pick the whole area. Right here we have fair value gap right here. So after the fair value gap, what can you see? You can see that there is liquidity. So this is the
Liquidity.
liquidity. Yes, you can see that there is liquidity right here above your fair value gap. So when
Yes.
you mark gap, then you just put your entry straight on it. Then you put your stop loss below, then your take profit right above there. So you understand.
Yes, boss.
So now let me show you one example. Let me show you some clear example. So now this is another example. If you can see very right here. So you can see that we have fair value gap here. So on this fair value gap, you can see that price creates liquidity on this fair value gap. So this is your liquidity right here. This candle right here, this is your liquidity right here. You can see that price take out the liquidity, mitigate your fair value gap, and then price what continue
Good. Yes.
continue going up. So just put your entry on the fair value gap. But make sure you have liquidity. Liquidity is very important. So without liquidity, price will not respect your entry. No matter the entry you use, if you use fair value gap without liquidity, price may not respect your entry. So now these are under entry. So you can see that we have fair value gap up here. So when we have this fair value gap, you can see that we have liquidity. So this is sell example. You can see that we have liquidity
Yes.
below the fair value gap. So all you just have to do is put your entry on the fair value gap. Put your entry at the fair value gap and then set your take profit to the next liquidity. So you can see that price smash your take profit just like that. So that is how it's continue like that. So I'm looking for some clear example.
Okay.
Okay, this is another example. Yeah.
Yeah, I consider
So
one.
this is other block here. Although there's no fair value gap for us to confirm the other block very well, but there's other block there. So you can see that price also creates liquidity. So this liquidity that price creates here, it will give you more confidence that definitely there's other block here. So you can see that there is liquidity right there. You can see that price take out the liquidity, then mitigate the other block properly, and then you just have to put your entry on it. So when you see your order block, then you see your liquidity, just put your entry. So when you put your entry, price is going to come back, take out the liquidity, then tap your order block, and then price is going to continue going up. Alright, and then price is going to continue going up, and then it's your take profit.
Profit. Yes.
Yes. So look for another example. Okay, this is another fair value gap example too. So you can see that right here, there's fair value gap here.
Yes.
So when you have this fair value gap here, you can see that you are not going to trade directly on that fair value gap because we need liquidity to confirm. So you can see that there's
Yes.
liquidity right here. So this is your liquidity. So when you have these two together, you have your fair value gap, you have your liquidity. So all you just have to do is to put your entry on the fair value gap. Put your entry on the fair value gap, then put your stop loss below, and then your targets up here. That's all. That is all you need. So now you can look for fair value gap instead if you don't want to make use of
Other
fair
block.
value gap. Yes, you can look for other block. I mean,
Yes.
so now you can see that we have other block up here for this
Yeah.
sale market. So when we have this other block, we don't want to trade directly on this other block. We need liquidity. So this is the liquidity here. You can start price give you liquidity, right? Yeah. So when you have this liquidity, all you just have to do is to put your entry on the other block, then put your stop loss, then your take profit next opposite liquidity. So you can see that price to what price take profit just like that. So now it's continue like that.
Alright.
So it's continue like that. You can see that we have another other block on the sell right here. This is another block here. So when you have this other block, you don't want to trade directly. You need what? You need liquidity. You can see that price do what? Price creates liquidity
Yes.
right up here. So when you have that your order block, then you have your liquidity. Just put your entry directly right there, and you do what? Set your stop loss, then you set your take profit. So now you can see the price come back later on, take out the liquidity, mitigate the order block, and then do what? Price continue going down. All right.
Yes, Rush.
So now I don't show you how you can make use of the strategy for buy and then for sell. So
Yeah.
now this is for buy. This is how you choose the strategy. It's how you pick your entry on buy, and then that is how you pick your entry on sell.
Okay. Right.
So now another question. So
Bros, I want to ask this entry that you are marking now. If you want
yeah,
to mark entry, was the entry the wide or tiny? That is what I want to know that one.
like why that's up.
Like the way you place the entry. No, so if the trade now, you never enter the entry the entry here to, and you just maybe you just program for ground say it will come that direction normally.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
is why I ask
yes.
him the entry be wide or just a little bit or make I know.
Yeah, that depend on you, of course. That depend on you. Just mark out your once you mark out your entry, then you mark out your liquidity. So don't worry, just leave the rest for the market.
Okay.
Just leave the rest for the market. It's market that will determine for you. Maybe you are still going to wide your entry, or it's going to you are just going to short it. It's the market that will determine for you. You understand?
Okay.
You don't have power over it.
Okay. All right. Thank
Yeah.
you much.
So you have any other question?
No question yet now.
Okay. So now that is the so I still have more to teach you. Still have more to teach you. So you go and
Yeah.
practice this one, and then you practice live too.
Life.
You understand? Yes, I mean live, current price. When I say live, that is current life. What is happening?
Okay.
Yes. So
Mm,
so after your practice, you analyze current price action too.
okay.
You understand?
Okay. Once I analyze the market, I will just take a screenshot of it. Then I'll send it to you.
Exactly.
If it fall inside,
Exactly.
I'll send out to you.
Exactly now. So if you ask me to analyze this one now, the only thing I can see right here is number one, everything up here doesn't make any sense to me. So the only thing that makes sense to me here, I have this fair value gap, all right?
Yeah.
So when you have fair value gap or other block, what are you going to look out for next?
Liquidity.
Exactly. So you can see liquidity right here, right?
Yes.
Exactly. So now all you just have to do here is what? Just set your entry right here. So once you set your entry, you set your what? Stop loss, and then you set your take profit up here. So now this moment we only have to wait for price to do so you just have to wait for price. So now price is going to come back to this fair value gap, take out this liquidity, come to this fair value gap, and then continue
Continue.
doing. You understand?
Okay.
Or
Yes.
price
Yes.